Good evening, everybody. As the Sergeant at Arms, I'd like to set a few ground rules before we get started with the meeting. First of all, I request everybody who comes to the lectern to refrain from speaking about sex, religion, or politics. Kindly enter or exit this room only during an applause. And finally, do not talk in between when the speaker is here speaking. Also, I request everybody who comes to the lectern to stick to the timings that have been allotted to your speeches. The timer is seated right here. A very special evening to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome you all to the installation ceremony of the new executive committee for this term. Yesterday, I got a few messages on WhatsApp from people that I hadn't spoken to for months. Happy New Year. May New Year bring prosperity, peace, health, wealth, and happiness in your life. First of all, tell me, why are you so happy? What has changed? Look at me, I am doing the same thing. And let me tell you how they would have sent that message. At 11:58, 11:59 p.m. and in the night, they've taken their phone. Happy New Year, send. I mean, not even a smile when sending Happy New Year. It is not everybody's cup of tea to keep smiling and get through 6 months of presidency with a smile. Lead the club with a smile and do it as if it was a piece of cake. Our president is actively involved with an NGO, Inner Wheel, which is the world's largest women's voluntary service organization for the past 15 years. She's a science graduate with a postgraduate diploma in systems management. And at Mekon, she has served in various roles in the executive committee, and she also manages a gavel club for young adults. My fellow Toastmasters, for one last time, I give to you President Toastmaster Lalna Murthy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivaprasad, for that wonderful introduction one last time. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and esteemed guests. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to this special meeting wherein the new committee for the term January to June 2023 will be installed today. I would also like to wish each one of you a happy and successful new year in spite of what the essay said. I now officially open meeting number 1194. We have a few dignitaries and guests present here with us today. I would like to acknowledge them and recognize their presence with a small token of appreciation. First up, we have the management of Mekon Limited. We have Mr. Ranjeev Kumar, the Chief General Manager. And then we have Mr. Balakrishna, the Senior General Manager. Now I would like to acknowledge the presence of District 121 officers who are with us here today. Club Road Director DTM Subramaniam. Then we have a Division C Director DTM Udanka, who will also install the new team. We have Area Director Toastmaster Sriram. And we have a club mentor, DTM Ramlal. also have Toastmaster Sindhushri, Area A2 Director. Coming to today's theme, Transcending refers to going beyond your limitations or boundaries and leads to personal growth and development. This is exactly what happened 6 months ago. It was the month of June, and just like the Toastmasters International, 2 other organizations I am a part of, Rotary and Innovate, they also start their year from July 1st and end it on June 30th of the next year. I had taken up district officer's role in both these organizations, and I was gearing up to handle my responsibilities. In the midst of this, I was approached to become the president of Mekong Communication Club. Initially, I was hesitant as I had these other responsibilities also which I was gearing up to take up, as I said. But then I thought, why not? Opportunity knocks only once. So today, here I am with a successful term behind me. Of course, it did help that we had goals to work towards and an efficient ExCom team who executed their duties to perfection. And I also had the support of my mentors and seniors in the club. But then I also had a minor setback as I fractured my foot and I was homebound for 6 weeks. But we were in hybrid mode back then, so I could attend the meetings on Zoom and I was able to manage. Personally for me, these last 6 months have proved that transcending and growth are ongoing processes that involve self-exploration. It helps you to challenge yourself and step out of your comfort zone. It was truly a privilege to be the president of Mekong Communication Club, which has a rich legacy of 23 years. We started the term as it was a fresh term with a clean slate, and we have managed to get 9 DCP points in this term. And we have bagged all the membership awards in this term, such as the Membership Magnet, Membership Rockstar, Fast 5, and the Smedley Award. I think we deserve And thanks to the efforts of our Vice President Membership, Sanjana Prapanchan, we could add 16 new members in this term and had a membership retention of 83%. And Mekong Communication Club continued its presence on social media with our VPPR Toastmaster Bhavani, posting regular updates of our meetings on our Insta page. And of course, our tech wizard Toastmaster Sai Snehal continued to record our meetings and upload it on our YouTube channel as always. Though we had hybrid meetings for the first 3 months, we did away with the online meetings and switched to completely in-person meetings from October onwards. Thanks to all the members who adapted to this change pretty quickly and for attending all the meetings in large numbers. In fact, we used to have more than 20-25 members at each meetings. As for the special meetings this term, we had a lot of them. Firstly, we had an educational session on how to be a humorous speaker by our own member DTM, MU Butt. Then we had the Moments of Truth session conducted by our VP Membership Toastmaster Sanjana Prapanchan in the presence of our Area Director Toastmaster Sriram. We also had a past presidents special meeting where all the roles were taken up by past presidents, including our past international director, TTM Nagaraj Rao. It was indeed a landmark meeting with a lot of learnings for all of us and reiterated the great legacy we have in Mekong Communication Club. We had a club contest as well, with a record number of members participating in humorous speeches and table topics contest, giving a tough time to the judges on picking the winners. However, the highlight of the term was the much awaited club picnic to Mango Mist Resorts, where 22 members and some of their families attended. It was a fun outing for all of us, where we got to spend time and bond with each other. All in all, it was a completely packed term, and thanks to the brilliant team of ExCom members, we could achieve the rare distinction of getting 9 DCP points in the first term itself. I would like to commend the efforts of the committee members and recognize them with a small token of appreciation. Unfortunately, both the Sergeant-at-Arms and the Associate Sergeant-at-Arms are not present here today. However, I would like to recognize Sergeant-at-Arms Toastmaster Sanjana H.A. in her absence for her consistent efforts in ensuring that our meetings went on smoothly week after week, and also for her warm introductions. I would like to thank Secretary Toastmaster Shiv Prasad, who never missed a single meeting and made sure that the minutes went out to the members next morning, that is Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. and indeed he was our 7 a.m. secretary. Next, I would like to thank our long-lasting treasurer, Toastmaster Sandeep, who meticulously handles and manages the club accounts and is also a link with the Mekong management team. Next, I would like to thank the PR team, Toastmaster Bhavani and Toastmaster Ujjwal. Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavani, for those creative posters which you posted on our group and on the Insta page every week, and for compiling the quarterly newsletters, and Toastmaster Ujjwal for all your help in assisting her. Next, we have VP Membership Toastmaster Sanjana. As I already mentioned, she was able to add 16 new members this term and made sure 83% of our members renewed their membership on time with constant follow-ups. Thank you, Sanjana, for all your efforts. Next, we have VP Education, Toastmaster Gaurav. He is a very committed Toastmaster and was literally the backbone of the club this term, and my right hand, I should say. He made sure the agenda went out on Sunday morning for Monday's meeting, and we had 3 speakers at most of our club meetings, except during maybe special meetings or when we had an educational session or so. He constantly followed up with members and ensured that they delivered their speeches and completed the respective levels. 11 members completed different levels of pathways, and that is how we could get the required DCP points. Thank you, Gaurav, for all your help and support. Toastmaster Ankita, who was the immediate past president, is not here today. However, I would like to thank her in her absence and for all the guidance she has given me, being the immediate past president. Next, I would like to thank our tech wizard, as I call him, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, who we all turn to for anything and everything. He is the go-to person for most of us, or for all of us, I should say. Thank you, Sai, for all that you do to keep the oils of Mekon running well. I mean, wheels of Mekon. Next, I would like to thank DTM Udanka, another committed Toastmaster who continues to be active in the club in spite of his district assignments. I have seen him since he joined the club and I'm really proud of all his achievements. Thank you, Udanka, for all your help and support. Next, I would like to thank Toastmaster Sharanya for being very proactive in spite of being a fairly new member. Thank you for getting all the certificates printed, and she's even written the names of the Toastmasters in calligraphy. Now, I would like to thank DTM A.K. Prabhakara, because of whom I am here today. He was more confident than me that I could do it. I hope I have stood up to your expectations, sir. Thank you for your constant guidance, which made it easy for me to sail through the term. I'm also thankful to DTM Ebubat for his encouragement and support always. And also thank you, sir, for organizing the catering for every installation every term. This term as the president was a learning experience for me, and it truly demonstrated the fact that teamwork and commitment can work wonders. My heartfelt gratitude to my ExCom team and all the members of Mekon Communication Club for this memorable term. I'm glad I took up this opportunity which came unexpectedly, and I'll always cherish this chapter in my life. It is now time to start another new chapter for Mekon Communication Club. To take the meeting forward, we have a Toastmaster who is a BCom graduate and is pursuing her chartered accountancy course. She is passionate about Sanskrit and is even taking exams in the subject. Being a multi-talented person, she is proficient in both calligraphy and sketching. She loves singing and baking is her hobby. Please put your hands together and help me welcome the Master of Ceremonies for the day, Toastmaster Sharanya Prasad.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, and everyone present here. Firstly, wishing a very happy new year to everyone. Like how they tell, every end has a new beginning. Exactly like that, we have had an amazing term which is going to end today, and there's also a new chapter awaiting all of us. Every so often, our path leads us to a new door or a new opportunity to turn the handle and take a step into undiscovered. A metaphorical leap into what we can be and to build upon it. It is a new year, a new term, and a new chapter for all of us. Let us promise ourselves to make the best of us and transcend in every possible way. And today, we have a few people who represent the Mekon management for us and here to show us that they support us through our journey like they have done for the last quarter of a century almost. And as I call upon, I would request them to come and address the gathering for 2 minutes and suggest help us know what do they think. First up, Mr. Ranjit Kumar. He completed his bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Birla Institute of Technology in the year 1988. In the same year, he started his career in Mecon Limited as a graduate engineer and has steadily risen the ranks in the company. His contribution and leadership has been remarkable in prestigious jobs like Forged Wheel Plant Raebareli, Cold Rolling Mill Complex of Bhokal Street Plant. He has been professional member of Indian Institute of Engineer, Indian Institute of Metals, Computer Society of India. Presently, he is working as officer in charge of Mecon, Bangalore. He is a strong supporter of communication in written and speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the Chief General Manager of Mecon Limited, Mr. Ranjit Kumar.
Thank you very much, and best wishes for the new year. Today I'm a bit tired because in the morning I went to the airport at 7 o'clock to catch the flight at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, something like that. And finally the flight took off at 2:30. So all the way 6-7 hours sitting at the airport doing nothing. And it was really traumatic for me because the weather was very bad there. It was total darkness everywhere because of the fog. But somehow I reached here and I found that a few people are waiting, and this Mecon Communication Club installation ceremony. I think this is the third time I'm witnessing this particular event, and from the very first day I was a fan of it in the true sense, because my communication is very weak. That's why when I see people like youngsters like her and few more, like I have seen him also speaking at quite occasion. Yourself also, I hope. Huh? So it's really amazing for me to see, because okay, Hindi we can talk very fluently and in a better way. But English, because we people have learned our school days in Hindi medium, so somehow it is a bit difficult for us. But finding you people talking like, completely flawless and proficiently, so this is really amazing for me. And particularly for youngsters like him, yourself, and many others. This guy also, whom every day I'm finding him, managing different things, and that too in a better way. So these are the, outcome of this communication club only, I suppose. And from Mecon management side, I wish all the good things for this communication club, all the success, and we are willing to extend. I'm using this word, willing, because this is the will which is the most important thing. So we are willing to, extend this support to your club the way it is being done in the previous years, and if possible, something better also. Maybe something additional if we are able to do, that also I will explore, and we'll see if something we can do. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we have a huge round of applause to Mr. Ranjit Kumar?
Thank you.
Next person coming coming behind a lectern, has completed mechanical engineering from Coimbatore Institute of Technology. He started his career in Mecon Limited in the year 1991 and has been a part of Mecon Limited since then. In his service tenure of more than 30 years now, he has engineered and executed projects dealing with movement of materials in mega industries. To name one, he has been instrumental in successful execution of material handling package worth of rupees 1,400 crores in Nagarnar Integrated Steel Plant, Chhattisgarh, an entity of National Mineral Development Corporation under Ministry of Steel, Government of India. We are happy to have him here today. With a huge round of applause, please welcome the Senior General Manager of Mecon Limited, Bangalore, Mr. K. Balakrishna, to address the gathering.
Thank you for the introduction. Good evening. At the outset, I would like to wish you all a very happy and promising New Year. Yes, you are aware, Mecon Communication Club was started way back in 1998, and Mr. Bhatt and Mr. Prabhakan were instrumental in starting the Mecon Communication Club. And initially, we had only Meconians as the members, and subsequently, people from outside also started joining the club. And still, I remember when I've seen the communication of many of my colleagues who joined the communication club. Subsequent to joining the club, I found that the communication skill has gone up, and I was so surprised. You people used to give such kind of meticulous training in communication, which totally changed their communication skill, which was quite phenomenal. And also the ways of our CGMs have told, we are proud of our company's contribution in the wonderful journey of this club, and we will continue to support this club in future. And I convey my best wishes and hopeful that this club will continue with its service in transforming life of many individuals positively. I'm not a Toastmaster anyway, so I am also thinking of joining your club in the near future. Okay, after seeing the speech given by many of the youngsters, actually it's an art. Communication is an art, and people can be trained to master that skill. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for attending our meeting. So, she wants to take a picture.
Okay.
Okay, मुझे माफ करें. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With those wise words from our dignitaries, let us promise ourselves that we are going to make the most of this movement and transcend to the utmost level. Moving forward, there are a set of people who have nominated themselves to take up this mission on an official note. So now is the time to see who they are and what they will be doing over the next term at Mecon Communication Club. Let us move on to the most important session of the evening, the reason why we have all gathered here to witness and congratulate everyone. Let us start with the installation ceremony, and to do the honors, let me welcome the person who is the backbone of Mecon Communication Club. He is a computer science engineer, a passionate wildlife photographer, youngest distinguished Toastmaster through Pathways, double triple crown winner, record holder at Indian Book of Records. He was the past area director and current Division C director. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Udanka.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start the installation ceremony, I request the current club officers to please rise from their seats where you are seated. Dear officers, you had a successful term and you should be extremely proud for serving your club magnificently in your respective offices. On behalf of Mecon Communication Club, District 121, Toastmasters International, I would like to appreciate you all for your hard work and successful work in this term. I hereby discharge you from your all further duties and responsibilities of your respective office. Please give the outgoing officers a big round of applause for the wonderful service they have rendered to this club. You may take your seats. I humbly request the audience to please withhold your applause till the end of the installation ceremony. As I call upon the upcoming officers, I request you to start from my right and end it at my left. Sergeant at Arms. She has earned a BCom degree and is pursuing CA along with singing, and she enjoys drawing. Toastmaster Sharanya Prasad. Associate Sergeant at Arms. She has a master's degree in computer science and is currently a business owner. She delights in reading. Toastmaster Lakshmi Chandrasekhar. Treasurer. He holds a B.Tech degree and is employed as a senior manager of Mecon, Bangalore. His popular pastime is playing video games and watching movies. Toastmaster Sandeep Kumar Baliar Singh. Associate Treasurer. He completed his MCom and is now pursuing his CA. He enjoys cycling and has traveled to most locations in South India on his bike. Toastmaster Sai Snehal Reddy K. Secretary. She just received her BCom degree and is taking advantage of her free time before she starts her career. Mandala art is her favorite pastime. Toastmaster Pavani CR. Vice President Public Relationship. He has a BCom and is currently working on his MCom and US CPA. Quizzes with the passion of world's history. Toastmaster Shiva Prasad Sharma. Vice President Membership. He has earned a BCom and is eager to pursue his MBA. He dances with passion. Toastmaster Ujjwal P. Vice President Education. She has just received her legal degrees and has begun working on the same. She loves acting and performing in the theatre, and working out is one of her passions. Toastmaster Sanjana Prabhanjan. And the President. He holds a BCom degree and is employed at PwC. He enjoys traveling and is looking forward for a Leh Ladakh trip very shortly. Toastmaster Gauri Ramesh Badri. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow Toastmasters, I am here to install the officers of Mecon Communication Club and prepare them for the challenges that lies ahead. As a team, their collective challenges is to make the club strong and dedicated in helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity and passionately to help many individuals. Each officer is obliged to attend club executive meetings, attend district sponsors club officers training club COTP, prepare a successor for his or her respective officer. As I briefly describe the challenges he or she would meet, the responsibilities must fulfill. I request each officer to step forward, hold this gavel as a symbol of leadership, and take the oath by saying, I will. Is that clear?
Yes.
Starting off with the Sergeant at Arms. Toastmaster Sharani and her associate, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Please step forward. As Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities include arrange the meeting room, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that the adequate club supplies are available, set up the meeting room before the meeting begins, make sure that all relevant education and PR materials are displayed, attend to special equipment needs, greet the guests, and help the President make sure the meeting starts on time. Toastmaster Sharani and Toastmaster Lakshmi, will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may please pass the gavel to the next officer. Treasurer Toastmaster Sandeep and his associate Treasurer Toastmaster Sai Snehal. You are expected to keep financial records and prepare the club budget, and announce when it's time for membership to pay dues. Explain the due structure to the members. Collect dues. Work with the secretary to ensure that the club submits due on time to Toastmaster International World Headquarters. Toastmaster Sandeep and Toastmaster Sai Snehal, will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, we will. Yes.
Thank you. You may pass on the gavel to the next officer. Secretary, Toastmaster Pavini. You are expected to maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new member application and due get to Toastmaster International World Headquarters as soon as possible. Submit the new club officers list to Toastmaster International on time. Work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmaster International on time. Provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Toastmaster Pavani, will you perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. You may pass on the gavel to the next officer. Vice President Relationship. Toastmaster Shiva Prasad. You are expected to attract visitors to the club through free publicity. Use a variety means to promote the club and its members in as many medium as possible, such as digital, TV, print, social media, newsletters, or internet. Enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. Regularly recognize members' achievement with methods such as announcement, newsletters, emails, articles, and etc. Toastmaster Shiva Prasad, will you perform these to the best of your abilities?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may pass on to the gavel to the next officer. Vice President Membership. Toastmaster Ujjwal. As Vice President of Membership, you are expected to lead the club's membership building effort to achieve the membership goal of 8 new members. Help members with any requirement during this journey. Listen to the grievances and provide emotional support if needed. While the VP of PR motivates to visit our clubs, you motivate the current members to invite guests. Promptly give a membership application and due to the secretary and treasurer. Personally greet the guests and provide them with the membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmaster and gets a personal invitation to be a member. Toastmaster Ujjwal, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. You may pass on the gavel to the next officer. Toastmaster Sanjana. As Vice President Education, you are expected to gain commitment from members to set educational goals for themselves. Assure the club members are aware of the schedule of the meeting rules. Plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals. Work with the club members to keep meeting fun and well run. Ensure all members adopt to pathways. Work with your members to ensure that they submit the application for educational awards promptly. Provide for educational topics at club meetings such as those from the sub-club success plan and leadership excellence series. Respect your presence at area and district council meetings. As the second highest ranking officer, preside over the meeting when the club president is absent. Toastmaster Sanjana, will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. You may hand over the gavel. President, Toastmaster Gaurav. Toastmaster Gaurav, as the president of Mekon Communication Club, you are the chief executive officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. It is your challenge to see that the club adds new members, meet the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating and rewarding to its members. Realize that among the resources available to your commitment is towards fellow club members, officers term, area director, division director, district 121 officers and office of Toastmaster International Headquarters. Toastmaster Gaurav. You hold this gavel as a symbol of power and authority that your club has given you during the office I am confident that you will use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and action for all the members, with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club which everyone will be proud. Toastmaster Gaurav, as a member of Mekon Communication Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive committee, club members, and your leaders to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
Yes, I will.
Dear members of Mekon Communication Club, please rise from where you are seated. Your officer team has just pledged to serve this club to the best of its ability. To the best Toastmasters club possible and to meet the needs of all its members, your club will need to actively participate from each member. Do you, as a member, pledge to work together with your officers team to make Mekon Communication Club the finest club it can be?
Yes, we will.
Thank you. Please take your respective seats. By the authority vested in me as a Division C Director of District 121, it's my sincere pleasure to announce the Toastmasters of officers installed in their respective club offices. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the Mekon Communication Club Executive Committee for the term Jan to June 2023. Thank you. You may be seated. With that, I complete the installation of the new club officers and hand over the charge back to the Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Sharani.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. I now request our outgoing President Toastmaster Lalana to hand over the token of appreciation to the installation officer. Moving on, I would want to call upon a person who works more, talks less, but surprisingly is a Toastmaster. He is one of the main person in making a hybrid meeting into an in-person meeting. He is a BCom graduate from Jain University and currently working in PwC. He is a person who loves to travel and is a dog lover. So please help me welcome the President, Toastmaster Gaurav, with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharani. I can see that you already prepared to introduce me for the next 6 months. Very good evening to all the Toastmasters, guests, and all the dignitaries present. I was introduced to public speaking when I was in first P. So there used to be a public speaking session during our PU college where we were compulsory as to give a public speech in front of the entire audience, in front of the entire class. As and when I started giving more speeches, I realized that I actually started enjoying public speaking. So once I graduated from PU, I was in search for a platform where I can develop my public speaking and communication skills. So one day when I was in my second year degree, I was at my family get-together and I was having a conversation with my cousin, Toastmaster Amo, who is already a member of Mekon and has been a past president as well. So I asked him, do you know any platform where I can continue my public speaking. So he tells me, come to Toastmasters. First I thought Toastmasters was some chef cooking class, but then I came to know Toastmasters is a public speaking platform where you can develop your skills. So he told me to come to Mekon Communication Club and attend few meetings as a guest. I still remember the first meeting that I attended. The first meeting was in this very first room. It was that time where the executive committee of where Toastmaster Balaji CS was going to be the president. So the installation was happening that day. So I step inside the room and I see that there are more than 30 to 35 members present in the hall. And I started freaking out. I started having anxiety. I thought I'm not in the right place, I want to go out. Then I met this very first person as soon as I entered was DTM Yamyubat sir. So he comes towards me with a huge smile on his face and he welcomes me open-heartedly and he tells me, please have a seat and please enjoy the installation ceremony. After installation ceremony, I attended 2 more meetings as a guest and looking at such wonderful and amazing speeches and tabletop responses, it gave me a clarity that I am in the right place. That is how I started my journey as a Toastmaster. I started attending Toastmasters meeting very frequently without a miss. And then that helped me a lot in developing my public speaking and communication skills and even leadership skills as well. I started off being a part of executive committee by being the associate secretary and then became the VPPR, VPM and VPE. And being an executive committee member, I got to learn a lot from each and every member and so many veterans Toastmasters. So 3 years back when I entered this room and being seated as one of the guests, I never thought that I would be given an opportunity to stand here and give a speech of being a president of Mekon Communication Club. So I genuinely thank those DTM AK Prabhakar and DTM Yamyubat for giving me this opportunity and always being a support system and guiding me in the right direction. Also, thank each and every member for giving me this opportunity to be the president of Mekon Communication Club. And I have to give a special thanks to Toastmaster Sai Sneh, one of my best friend and my support system. As everybody's go-to person, he's also my go-to person. Any day, anytime I call him, he always help me with whatever clarifications I have regarding Toastmaster. A fun fact, when I became a Toastmaster, I didn't have any idea to be in the executive committee. He's the one person who always constantly pushed me and gave me that confidence that you can take up few roles in the executive committee. And I really thank him for pushing me forward, because without him, I wouldn't be standing here today. I would like to congratulate the outgoing committee headed by Toastmaster Lalana Murthy for all their achievements and all their hard work. Toastmaster Lalana is one of the finest member and a speaker of Mekon Communication Club, and she has always inspired me from her speeches and from her leadership skills. Thank you. I believe to achieve something in life, there should always be a plan for the future. So accordingly, we do have a certain goals and plans for the next term, and I request Toastmaster Sai Sneh. So coming to the goals for the next term. So we'll be continue having in-person meeting like how it's happening from past few months, and we'll be starting the meeting at 6:15 p.m. like how we used to do it before COVID. We started recognizing members in the meeting for finishing their level projects, where it encourages the members to give their speeches on time and complete their respective levels. We'll continue with the recognition of major role takers, that is the Master of Ceremonies, Table Topic Master, and the General Evaluator, and the minor role takers, that is Timer, R-Counter, Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator, and the Grammarian. And we'll also be having the best Toastmaster of the term, Toastmaster of the month, which will encourage and motivate members to take up more roles in the club. We plan to have educational sessions and club contests so that it keeps the members engaged and interested. We'll also try to have special meetings in this term and also a club outing. We have the evaluation and feedback system in place in Mekong, where the evaluation form is sent to the evaluator way before the meeting starts so that the evaluator knows the guidelines of which speech is going to evaluate. At every meeting, the members are encouraged to give role takers and speakers their feedback, whereby they fill out a feedback form which is being given during the meeting, and also they are encouraged to give feedback in the Basecamp in Toastmaster International website. Thereby, it keeps motivating the members to take up more roles. Mekong Communication Club will continue its presence on social media such as Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, which has really increased the visibility of our club and even got us more members. Now going towards the goals, I know you can see it as only small goals, but it's a very important goal. So coming to the goals for this term, and I really appreciate the outgoing executive committee because they accomplished so many goals, so we are left with only small goals but a very important goal. So as we all know, we already have 9 DCP points, and we'll ensure that all the executive committee members will attend the COTP which is happening on 8th of Jan. So that we'll be getting one last DCP point and we'll be having the entire 10 DCP. And we'll be aiming for Pirates of Gavel. So this award is given when we have a joint meeting with some other Toastmasters club. We also know that there is a Hall of Fame award. So Hall of Fame is divided into 3 categories: bronze, silver and gold, based on the number of points a club achieves. So last year we got Hall of Fame silver. So our main goal for this term is to aim for Hall of Fame gold. So dear Mekonians, we all need your cooperation towards achieving these goals. All of us joined Toastmasters for a reason. So let us use this opportunity to grow and learn together. What I really liked about Mekon when I was planning to become a member was that it has a mixture of youngster members and even the veterans. So it gives an opportunity for each and every member to learn something, either from a young Toastmaster or from a veteran. It's a matter of pride to belong to Mekong Communication Club, which is one of the oldest clubs in Bangalore and has created impact on so many members. Let's help each other in achieving the individual and the collective club goals as well. With my brilliant team of executive members, I believe and I'm sure we'll do our best to uphold the highest standards of Mekong Communication Club and make this term a successful term. So thank you, and back to the master.
All of us need a small break to get our energies back before we move on to the second half of the session. So let us take a 10 minutes networking session. Welcome back everyone. I hope we got refreshed and got all our energy back. Moving on to the most exciting session of today's meeting, that is the table topic session. Today's table topic master is a technology professional. She designs and develops software systems. She is an electronic engineer and has an MS in computer science. She enjoys reading and is thoroughly enjoying her Toastmasters journey. She, as a person, is full of energy and is very enthusiastic. So please help me welcome the table topic master of the evening, Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the wonderful introduction. An exciting evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome, all distinguished guests today. 2 things to be excited about. First of all, Happy New Year, and I wish you the best year yet. And the second one is we welcomed our new EC today for the new term. Our current EC did such a wonderful job. We had such a successful term. And as we install our new leaders today, we all look forward to an equally exciting term. Talking about leaders, a leader always needs the ability to be able to communicate very effectively. And they're always called upon to speak on all topics, sometimes even without notice. So we are here to help hone that exact skill today. Welcome to Table Topics, where I will give out a topic and I will call upon one of you to speak on the topic for about 1 to 2 minutes. Our timer here will alert you to the time at 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and 2 minutes. So let's begin. The first topic is leaders are not born, they are made. Share your thoughts. Leaders are not born, they are made. Please share your thoughts. This one goes to DTM Ramlal.
Madam Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, yes, leaders are certainly made, they are not born. Because when we were born, we didn't know anything at all. How could we become leaders as such? In fact, taking my own journey in leadership, after I became a Toastmaster, I learned how to become a leader. Because I was always longing, yearning to speak in front of audiences. And what motivated me to take up this task was a book by Dale Carnegie, How to Develop Self-Confidence Through Public Speaking. And Dale Carnegie claims that any man can talk when he gets mad. He says that if you hit the most ignorant man in town on the jaw and knock him down, he'll get on his feet and speak with an eloquence, heat, and emphasis that would have rivaled the greatest orator of any century. Imagine if that is true of an ignorant man, what you and I, educated people, can accomplish in the art of speaking, right? And if you doubt what Dale Carnegie has said, I suggest that after this meeting concludes, as you go out, find the most ignorant person, give him or her one punch, and look at the expletives that flow out of his or her mouth. You and I are no match with all the Ren and Martin at our command. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the ability to speak is a shortcut to distinction. It puts a person in the limelight and raises him or her head and shoulders above the crowd. And a person who can speak acceptably is usually given credit for this ability out of all proportions. And that is what we see in leaders when they speak to audiences. They can set the stage on fire. And Dale Carnegie, again, I quote, is my unseen, unmet guru. He says, whenever you are on the stage, set yourself on fire. If you are not on fire, this is an addition from my side, ask your friend to bring a matchstick. And you know where to light it to. Right? Let me complete what Dale Carnegie said. Whenever you are on the stage, set yourself on fire, so much so that people will come from long distances to see you burning. Madam, please.
Thank you, DTM Ramlal, for that response. Next topic. Be the change that you want to see in others. Be the change that you want to see in others. This one goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷದ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು ಬಿ ಎ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಶೋ ದಿ ಪಾತ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪಾತ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಲೀಡರ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಪ್ರೀಚ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೀಚ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ people will laugh either in front or at the back, whatever it is, they will take you lightly. Be a change. You must be, you must change, adopt. Change is constant. You have to change. If you don't change, if you are stagnated, what happens? You all know what happens if a water stays at a longer time at one place. I need not tell what happens. It should be a flowing one. You also should be a flowing one. You also must change. You must change as per the technology develops here. I have seen a lot of changes with my grandchildren. I sometimes feel, what is it I have learned? What is it after having 75 years and having a 43 years experience in this thing? I have not changed. If I start comparing, my knowledge is nil. And moreover, they get more salary what I am getting. So nowadays, any prosperity and other things is measured in terms of money, and what they get, my daughter and other things, I nowhere stand. But if I compare general knowledge, They were no stand. They were no. They never stand in front of me. I don't know what is this. I think the educated wisdom people must tell me whether they are good or we are good in this changing world. Change is constant. Moreover, young people are there. You have changed a lot. I sometimes feel the way you speak and the way you perform, the things. Really, I am proud of you. May God bless you. Be a change. Before asking other people to change. Thank you very much, and may God bless you in the new year.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, for that response. Next topic. What is the difference between mentoring and coaching, according to you? The difference between mentoring and coaching, according to you. This one goes to DTM MUI.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. This has been a question which was plaguing the minds of many a person, including Toastmasters. Because when we in Toastmasters, we always learn about mentoring, but nobody talks about coaching. You know why? Because that is where the difference between mentoring and coaching comes into picture. It is something like Sachin Tendulkar, who was his coach. What is his name? Ramakant Achrekar. He was a coach. He was not a mentor in the sense. Whereas in Toastmasters we talk about mentoring. Coaching is training a person in a particular skill to develop a particular kind of skill, specializing in that. Mentoring is bringing the best in the other person, putting yourself in his shoes, try to understand what his requirements are, encourage him, motivate him, so that it comes out of himself whatever he wants to achieve in life. That's why in Toastmasters we call it about mutually supportive environment. Why do you call that? Because each one supports the other person. Virtually, we are all mentors to each other in one way. We are not coaching. The coaching is one thing we make one you have to do. So, the way you hold the Ramakanta Chirgamata told him how to hold the bat, how to hit it, or how to take the runs, whatever the coaching is required. A swimming coach, a person is talking about swimming, but here it's not about a particular skill. It's about getting the right kind of knowledge, how a person wants to become. It has to come from inside, motivate him and make him learn and do himself. That's why in mentoring, we don't write a speech for a person or tell him how to write. They write a speech, then we'll see how you can improve that particular speech. That's the essential difference between mentoring and coaching. And in Toastmasters, we do mentoring and we don't do coaching. Back to you, Madam.
Thank you much for that response. Next topic. A leader is only as effective as his or her team. A leader is only as effective as his or her team. This one goes to DTM Subramanian.
Thank you for that very interesting topic, Toastmaster Lakshmi. I would like to take the example of our erstwhile cricket team, which was led by the one-eyed great captain Patodi. If you recall, he had one record, that is winning one test against West Indies way back in 1971 and thereby winning the entire series. That was the first time ever when Indian cricket team went abroad and won their first ever series without losing a test. And if you ask me how was M.A.K. Patodi as an individual performer as a batsman, he was a quite average cricket player. But what about his captaincy skills or leadership skills? In fact, he amazingly inspired his set of great Indian cricket players, and they had a lot of great performers like J.R. Vishwanath, Sunil Gavaskar, and then Brijesh Patel. They also had 4 quartet of Indian spinners whom we fondly recall B.S. Chandrasekhar, Bishan Singh Bedi, and Venkat, and also Erapalli Prasanna. So with them, which was a ragtag, we were still learning to win matches even in India.
But when they went to England or West Indies for the first time, even with one eye, he inspiringly turned around the entire cricket team and inspired them to win against the giant West Indies. I think that's what you would say, a great captain. Of course, a great captain is not a captain without the performance and support from his team. There you go. Thank you.
The last topic of the day. You are the administrator of the BBMP. The mayor of Bangalore is out for a week. You have authority. What is the one goal that you will try to accomplish in that time? You are the administrator of the BBMP with complete control and authority. The mayor is out. So for 1 week, what is the one goal that you will try to accomplish in that time? This one goes to DDM AK Prabhakar.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for giving that post. It may be for 1 week, but it's one of the most difficult jobs. I would say that the present problem I consider two. One is garbage management. Second is transport or way for the transport. These are the two things. So garbage, I feel, is to be solved at the individual level, individual house level, which I feel is not effective enough. And more than that, segregation has to be almost, there's a possibility of segregation automation, and there's a technology associated with that, so that the reusability of the garbage can be of very effective. This is one area I would like to tackle. And I would remove at the same time the visible, the pollution at the image level, or what you call as visible pollution. Most of the time you see hoarding randomly thing posted. So that kind of a pollution I would like to remove. This is also part of the problem. So if you keep this aside as secondary, because we are like this only, he says. We will throw things where I want. I am one of those unusual persons. Whenever I have seen somebody throwing, I personally go to them and take a chance, talk to them as polite a manner as possible, and tell them to put it some nearby, whatever the basket is provided there. And how far I have not been beaten up by anyone. My wife keeps on telling me that you cannot correct the world, it is not Toastmasters. But still, I take a chance. This is the garbage side of the problem. Transport side, if you come to that, I would say what we need today is being just thought of, which I had heard long back. In fact, somewhere I had written it also. That's about like having cable car across the city. It's a number of cars can go, and it can be, if people think in terms of expensive ways like helicopter from Electronic City to the flyovers all over the place, roads on stilts, but still the trolley situation is far better than any other. But that doesn't solve. It will bring more people in. If you give more transport facility, more people will come in. So the only other solution is to make really fast speed trains to the nearest cities that are available in and around Bangalore. And I would try to plan on that, and within 1 week, if it is possible, they are all long-term projects. I would say I would start with garbage. Oh, it came back.
For that response. Table topics apart, sir, I think you have every Bangalorean's vote for that one. Excellent responses, don't you think, all of them? Thank you all for playing table topics so enthusiastically and sharing the wealth of your experience and learnings. I can say that we are all richer because of it. Let's give all our speakers a huge round of applause. Of course, you heard all the expert speakers speak today, but for those of us who are still learning, I came across a website that I wanted to share. So in this website, you can sign up for a month and you will get a topic every day, and you can speak. They will announce the topic for you twice, like we do here in Toastmasters, and then you can speak on the topic for 1 to 2 minutes, and the recording goes away, and you get feedback on it. So if you do that every day for a month, I'm sure we'll all be great speakers. So I signed up for it. If you think it might help you, please do go ahead and sign up for it. Let us know if it helped. May
2023 be the year that all of us communicate our way to success. Thank you. And back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. With this, let's move on to the next session of the evening. In Toastmasters journey, we not only learn to speak, but also improve our writing skills. There are a few members who've contributed their articles to the club, which will be released by the outgoing VPPR as the newsletter. The VPPR is an extrovert who believes in learning and growing in every step. She is an avid reader and a dancer. She is currently working in Society General and she is one of the outstanding Toastmasters for the year 21-22 and has volunteered in serving so many events across the district. She has been recognized by the NGOs for her active contribution to the society. Can we please have Toastmaster Babani to release the newsletter with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests present here. Before I go ahead, let me recognize the dignitaries who are present here. Senior General Manager, Mr. Balakrishna. Our Club Grow Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Subramaniam. Division C Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Udanka Aranjane. Area 2 Division C Director, Toastmaster Shriram. Area 2 Division A Director, Toastmaster Sindhushri. Thank you all for being here. When you ask anybody what is the role of a Vice President Public Relation, that one constant sentence which you get is, you just do the posters and publish. That is majority of your work. But when you take up the role, you will get to know that it is not only just poster making for social media, it is much more. You involve yourself in a plethora of ocean wherein you will be choosing which brand compliant font size to choose, which color to choose. Would it be feasible for the viewers, especially the club members, as well as those people who are viewing, which is the representation of your club to the outside world. So this here has been a great learning for me as Vice President Public Relations. And I'd like to also thank one person who has been a great associate and a support system, Toastmaster Ujjwal. Thank you for assisting the role and the club for the past 6 months in the Office of Vice President Public Relations. The newsletter theme for this term was A Penny for Your Thoughts. It was a space for you all to share whatever was in your mind so that other members can see or read, or it was your opportunity to be heard through writing articles. I'd like to thank each and every member of Mekon Communication Club who have contributed to the newsletter directly and indirectly. It is now time to unveil. For that, I'd like to welcome few of you on the stage. Senior General Manager, Mr. Balakrishna, please do join us. Our outgoing President, Toastmaster Lalana Murthy. Distinguished Toastmaster A.K. Prabhakar. Distinguished Toastmaster N.U. Once again, thanking you all for the contribution and appreciate you to contribute the same way to the upcoming Vice President Public Relations. It is your chance to ensure that your achievements and recognitions are there in the newsletter, as well as an opportunity for you to submit your articles and showcase your writing skills. With that, thank you and back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavani. I request all the members to have a look at the newsletter. For us to transcend, there should be recognition. So now, let us quickly move on to the award session. I request the outgoing president, Toastmaster Lalana, to do the honors.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharanye. It's indeed a pleasure to recognize the Toastmasters who took up roles consistently and performed well throughout the term. As I call out their names, I request the Toastmasters to come forward and receive their certificates. I will start off with the monthly performers. Best Toastmaster for the month of July 2022 was shared by two people, DTM Udanka and Toastmaster Zuleka. For August, it was Toastmaster Jyotirao, she is not present. For September, it was Toastmaster Lakshmi Chandrasekhar. For October, it was Jyotirao again. For November, it was DTM AK Prabhakara. For December, it was Toastmaster Sharanye. Now we have the Maximum Role Takers Awards for TAPG roles, that is Timer, R Counter, PP Evaluator and Grammarian. This award goes to the two best friends, Toastmaster Pavani CR and Toastmaster Sharanye. The Maximum Role Taker Award for MPG roles, that is MC, Table Topic Master and GE, goes to Toastmaster Jyotirao again. Unfortunately, she's not present. She's won so many awards this term. Now we have the overall term awards for each category. The best role taker in the TAPG category goes to Toastmaster Sharanye Prasad. The best role taker in the MTG category is Toastmaster Sai Snehal Reddy. The best evaluator for the term is DTM AK Prabhakara. Sir, you have to stay back. You are also the best table topic speaker for the term. The best speaker award for the term is shared by two members, Toastmaster Gaurav and Toastmaster Shiv Prasad. The best newcomer of the term is Toastmaster Lakshmi Chandrasekhar. Finally, the big one, The best Toastmaster of the term is Toastmaster Jyotira. Unfortunately, she's not here. Let's hear it. Congratulations to all the winners, and I take this opportunity to wish the new team headed by Toastmaster Gaurav all the very best, and thank you Toastmaster Sharanya, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. What a meeting it was. We had great speeches, installation ceremony, award ceremony, and not to forget snacks and dinner. Thank you, and I hand over the charge back to the President, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarani, for that wonderful MC session. Thank you, Toastmaster Lorana, for that wonderful term. Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi, for a wonderful table topic session. And thanks to each and every role taker for taking up any role you have taken in this meeting. And thanks to all the members and guests for being present today for this special event that happened. So I request everyone to please have dinner downstairs. Before that, I request everyone to raise for the national anthem.